What's up, y'all? And welcome back to Dad Needs to Talk. I'm your host, Robert, and today I am taking a look at a series called Marriage Toxin. Now, this is a series that is still fairly new. It's not even a year old yet, but it currently has 36 chapters out, um, available to read for free on the Manga Plus website as well as the Manga Plus app. So both of them are internationally available for free. Like I said, as of today, when I'm recording this, there are 36 chapters, and I read them all today. Now, of course, I got to give a quick little shout out to Jim and Luke, the homies over at the Weird Science Manga Podcast, because while, I have seen Marriage Toxin mentioned here and there around, it wasn't really until the end of last year, 2022, they had did their Manga of the Year episode, and I can't remember, it was either one of the hosts or both of the hosts had Marriage Toxin as their favorite series that they read last year. And so I'm like, whoa, okay. I like a lot of the series that they like as well. So I'm like, okay, maybe there's something there. And so, I kind of let it pass a little bit. And so recently this week, or matter of fact, today when I'm recording this, both Gege from the author of Jujutsu Kaisen and a while back the author of Demon Slayer both recommended this series. And so I'm like, what better time than as we get ready to kick off February, the month of love, than for me to jump into Marriage Toxin. So this series is done by, the story is done by JOUMYAKU, and the art is done by MIZUKI YODA. Now, the author, they haven't done too many things before this. They had did like a couple of one-shots back in 2021, but this is their first serialization. Now, the artist has done a few things. Most notably, though, they were assistants on Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer as well in the past. So yeah, so there's a connection there. And out the gate, I will immediately say that if you are a fan of stuff like Sakamoto Days, like I am, then this series is going to be for you. So this series basically follows our MC, Hikaru Gero, who is basically, he is the heir to one of the big five families in this world. He is an assassin who specializes in poison. Now, going into the series, like I said, of course, by the name, I was like, okay, something to do with a marriage and poison and stuff, whatever. But this series was so much more than what I expected, because it is a action with a little bit of comedy with some romance sprinkled in as well, because the main crux of this story is that our main character is trying to find love. Basically, he's trying to find somebody to marry, but he does that the only way he knows, by doing various jobs and contracts and stuff, and then a lot of the ladies that he's meeting along the way, forming connections and bonds and stuff with them. And so that completely caught me off guard, because the way this series kicked off, which let me show y'all, like, those of y'all that read Sakamoto Days, y'all know some of those historic double page spreads. This shot right here, for those of y'all watching the video of this, where he uses this freaking like liquid to slice this bus in half. That is such a clean panel. I was like, and this was in the first chapter. I was like, huh? wait, let me sit up and give this some more attention. And just to show you just a couple more, just like really quick panels, this beautiful one of this chick riding this shark, these crazy looking dudes. Now this panel kind of is giving me some Dandadan vibes from some of those early panels in that series. And then this panel to show off some of the brutality of this guy got hit with like this like poison dart, and like his freaking hand melted off. So yeah, so this series, like I said, just immediately grabs your attention and just lets you know, like, hey, we ain't here to play no games. We're here for some seriousness. And so, like I said, along the way, I should back up and say the other kind of main character of this story too is a character named Mei Kinosaki, who kind of specializes in I think it was kind of like specializing in marriage related stuff or whatever, because they kind of alter their appearance between man and woman depending on what the situation calls for. But May is basically helping Gero try to find love. And so there's also funny moments along the way, because this guy, he has lived his whole life more or less kind of isolated. He never went to general public school or whatever. None of that. And I believe, if I remember correctly, I think he is in his mid to late 20s, if I remember correctly. I can't find the information on it, but I'm pretty sure he's like in like his mid 20s or something like that. And one of the other kind of like key factors with the story of why he's kind of on this search for marriage is that his grandmother is basically wanting the family lineage to continue, and so it's just him and his younger sister. And so initially, he was like, "No, I'm not gonna do it." And his sister ends up calling him one day and basically is told that, like, okay, hey, if your brother won't do it, then the sister's going to be forced to do it. But the sister didn't want to live that life because the sister has a girlfriend. But she was like, you know what, if it's, if this is what needs to be done, because my brother does all the work and stuff for the family, so I can at least do this much to help. And so the brother, Ghetto, he doesn't want, his sister to ruin her life and her happiness. So he's like, no, hey, you go be with your love, your girlfriend, and I'll figure it out. I'll try to find love. And so that is kind of how that part of the story kicks off. And I would say this series, like I said, it has like a really good mix of freaking action and stuff, but it also has some really great heartfelt moments with these characters, because early on you meet his best friend, and this is kind of where it starts to like open up and show you that, like, oh, okay, him being a poison user, that's just one of a lot of stuff that's going on in this world where there's people that specialize in so many different things. One of his closest friends is a bug user who controls bugs and stuff, and he has this like really cool, gnarly kind of like centipede scar or whatever, kind of like, or tattoo, whatever, going across his face, or like one of like his eyes or whatever. And he ends up telling him, he's like, hey, just let you know, I found the love of my life and I'm getting married soon. And so that kind of gave Gero just a sign of like, man, okay, if my homie, this bug dude, if he can find love, then maybe there's hope out there for me. Maybe there's somebody out there for me as well. And so it is just like so dope along the way. You see all these different ability users and stuff, like, without giving away too much, whatever, but it's like there's like a dope confrontation with a water user, this person that uses sound, and where things are currently in the story, they're dealing with this freaking like a beast kingdom where these people are controlling and have partners that are like various animals and stuff. And so it is just so freaking dope. And speaking of which, I gotta show off this panel, because it is just like just another example of just like how fun and how crazy this series is. This freaking bear wearing a black belt. That's a pretty frightening image to see. But yeah, so along the way, like I said, just all these various women that he meet along the way, he is, helping them out with various situations and stuff, because that's kind of like a suggestion, because of course, he's super awkward. Like I said, he has like little to no actual people and social skills and stuff. So going to like a mixer and like traditional stuff to meet people, that's not going to work for him. And so they have this job posting site called Indeed, which is a very funny, just like mix of the word Indeed they were using the normal world for job hunting, but to where he kind of helps, or to where he finds various tasks and missions and stuff to do, and so that's kind of how he ends up going on these various missions, meeting these various ladies in these various situations, and then helping them out, but also along the way discovering more about himself and kind of like opening up, becoming more human and stuff, and just showing that he's not just a cold-blooded assassin and stuff like that. So, but yeah, this series is just super fun. Like I said, it was just a action-packed yet heartfelt journey along the way with this series. And like I said, it's one that I definitely had to make sure I was like, I got to put this on more people's radar, because like I said, it's something that's been floating around my timeline and stuff here and there. But after, like I said, after that little thing earlier today, whatever, and the Weird Science manga guys talking about it, I was like, okay, all right, if people are mentioning this in the same vein as series that I love, like I said earlier, like Sakamoto Days and stuff like that, then I'm like, okay, I need to at least see for myself what this is. And like I said, in one day I read all 36 chapters, and I want more. Now I gotta wait every week for more chapters and stuff. But yeah, so anybody else out there that has checked out the series, let me know what y'all think. Like I said, this is a very dope one. And if you haven't checked it out, then hey, go read it. Like I said, it's available for free on Manga Plus. And very briefly, I want to touch on just like some of the other kind of like specific situations and stuff along the way. So this might dive into like a little bit of spoilers. So I'll of course put like a little spoiler warning here, but I won't dive too deep into stuff. But so far, each of the different missions and stuff that he's gone on have had just like some really cool moments, like where he went with the to help the art thief chick, who that I showed earlier, that was freaking riding the shark, which that's super dope. I want to know more about that situation. But yeah, but just seeing that she had this opportunity to become the sole heir to this giant fortune, like this guy who was on his deathbed, who had no other family or nothing, whatever, just adopted her randomly from an orphanage and left his entire fortune to her. But she chose to free all the art that he had of course obtained through nefarious needs, and that is how she has chose to live her life of recovering these lost art pieces and stuff and giving them back to the actual people and places that they belong to. So that was a super dope situation. And same thing when he went on the camping trip where they encountered the sound guy and stuff like that. Just like the mind games that situation led to. But that's another one to where like this young girl was kind of like next in line to take over this company, and like her aunt is sending this assassin after her. But just seeing both him and this young lady both kind of find kinship in each other, but also like I said, like exploring things, and I just love just the funniness of like how in a way it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Komi Can't Communicate, where she's trying to get 100 friends in that series, to where like after each mission and he ends up getting another lady's phone number. And so as the series goes on, you slowly start to see where he went from just having May that he met in the first chapter as the only friend in his phone to, oh, he's got two, now three contacts, whatever. And so that part has just been just so awesome to see, just seeing his circle of friends continue to build and grow. And I also enjoy these kind of like extra little, like just like quick, like 1-2 page extra chapters that we get like every like 10 or so chapters, where we kind of circled back to some of the previous ladies that he's met with, and they've gone out on little dates and stuff, which is some of the stuff that is in some of these covers and stuff that I'm showing. But yeah, it is just, like I said, it's just a super fun series, and y'all got to make sure y'all give it a chance. Like I said, hey, if you like action, some dashes of comedy and romance, then hey, this is one for you. And what better way to kick off Valentine's month than with this series? Because yeah, this was a very awesome and just a very unexpected surprise. And so it just goes to show, hey, give new series a shot, and see for yourself. But yeah, I don't think there's nothing else too much I wanted to dive into with this series. I am also enjoying the current lady that he's helping out right now, the the hamster chick. Shout out to Hamtaro. But yeah, just seeing her with her little clan of like little fur buddies and stuff, whatever. So, but yeah, so Marriage Toxin, Manga Plus, 36 chapters out as of today. Go check it out. But I'm not going to keep on belaboring the points. I don't have too much more to say, but thank you so much for watching and or listening. As always, you can find me everywhere at Dad Needs to Talk. If you want lots more manga discussions, whether it be manga reviews or just impressions on new series that you might not have even heard of, or other stuff involving fatherhood and anime and video games, also make sure to check out the Dad Needs to Talk podcast. And with that, I am out. Y'all be easy and check out Marriage Toxin, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.